Welcome to Hanging Out with Robert, that's me. This video contains things that I tinker with throughout the day. For step-by-step detailed instructions of those tasks, you can click on the links in the comment section below. I plan on leaving this video accessible for about 30 days. After that, you can view it through my Patreon account. This video also has tips and tricks that I've learned over the years. So, thank you very much for watching. And I'm off. Headed down to the storage and then to the junkyard. Out at the junkyard, look like there's a 740 turbo out here, boy. Let me see what year this is. Look like it got rear-ended. The rear end is buckled up on the other side, even worse. It's a 92. I think my buddy Andrew needs some parts off of this. Let me give him a quick call. Maybe start to pulling some parts off of this thing. Well, the hose going down to the turbo is trashed. Look at that thing. I'm gonna check the other one going into the intake side. See, that's the kind of stuff that's hidden away. That's on the back side, bottom side of the turbo. The car's not running worth the crap. You think the dang thing is dying, and this hose is tore up. So you really gotta pull those hoses sometimes to check them out. I don't know if this mass airflow sensor is worth anything to anybody. Let me get that tube off, see what kind of shape it's in. The intake hose is okay, but the turbo inlet hose was bad. In this video, we're going to pull the fuse box panel. The actual panel itself, all of this plastic stuff. People are running into issues with messing with their fuel pump relay, and they're breaking this piece here. And they're extremely hard to get out. So I got some tips from somebody I'm going to try. Let's get started. First thing you want to do, of course, open the hood and remove this cover. After you remove your two gaskets, take this one off, take the one off here, remove this piece here. It's got 4 screws, one on each corner. Then you want to take your windshield wiper arms off, 13 there, 13 there. These are T25s. Then you're going to take the T25s loose here, all the way across. Pinch these with the pliers, knock the drain tubes off both sides, and pull this lower window cowl off. The guy I was talking to, he went in here after this stuff because his car was leaking water into the floor. And there's a drain tube like this that's inside here somewhere. And if that drain is clogged up, it'll dump water inside the car on the floor. See, down in here, unfortunately, this one is busted too. But you pull these relays up out of the way. I'm gonna take that screw out there. I think that's a T15. Since it's busted, I'm not gonna worry about it. Next, we're gonna go inside the car under the dash. Pull this lower dash panel. It should have 3 screws, T25. Next, you want to come up under the dash, and if you look way up there, you'll see a couple of T15s. You want to take those out, and you want to, because this part of the white thing is latched to that part. So there's a T15 there and a T15 maybe on the other side. So unplug these wire harnesses, see if you can get this stuff out of your way. Next, I cut the tape on this, took this loose. I'm gonna get in there with, I think, a T15, take those 2 loose, take these 2 loose, just to get these wiring harnesses loose. And then if you look down here, down off the side, there's a 10 millimeter here, 10 millimeter here, 10 millimeter here, and I'm gonna see if there's another 10 millimeter there. Pull all 4 of those 10 millimeters. Next, I pulled the T15 from here and the T15 from down there. Got these screws out around the sides and the one down here. Now, I believe this box is simply glued down into the car with like window caulking or something. So I'm going to try to pry this up and out. But this piece is latched to the piece down under it. So that whole big wire harness may be moving. I may have to take these loose and pop these through the bottom to get this thing to come all the way up. I'm not sure. I'm pushing all of these connectors down through there by squeezing in the tabs. These top 3 gray ones, they have a ring around them. So I pry that ring up and off, and then I can pry them down through there. I got one more here. I didn't know how to get that loose from that tab there, so I'm gonna take a look at that when I get it up, see if I can figure out how to get that loose. I got this up, but as you can see, the wire harness under there is really holding on to this. So I pried the side off these little tabs right here, so you can see all these electrical connectors, but that doesn't release the top of this box. Now, the way this was latched in there, it makes me think that you have to pull all this up from underneath, get it all up, and then take the back side of this, lift it up, push it forward so that it could be let loose from these 2 locking tabs here. I don't see no other way that you're going to get that loose from that piece down there in the bottom. So from down in here, I'm going to try to take these wire harnesses loose and see if they'll let me pull this whole panel up and out of here. Now I think the surrounding of that panel is glued in, but this other stuff is part of this wire harness. So let's take these wire harnesses loose and see if we can get that thing out of it. Without really taking anything loose from inside the car, I was able to pull the whole wire harness deal up out of here. Now if I want to separate this top piece from this piece, I got a T15 here and I got one on the other side, and that will release this top piece from the bottom. Not sure what that would do because I still got all these wires here that are harnessed in the car attached to the bottom of this thing, and I still got the wire harness that runs across the other side of the engine wired all into here. But this will at least let you see how this thing is in here. And yeah, you would have to pull this up, I guess, and push this forward to get it to unlatch from the bottom half of this white piece here. Oh man, kind of a bird's nest, but that's how you get it out. 4 10 millimeters. Take these 2, I don't even know if you gotta take those 2 wire harnesses loose. Take those 10 millimeters loose and break the glue loose. Now if you're getting water in the car through this box, it's probably because that drain right there is plugged up. There's a S70 or a V70 over there. Heck, and a S70 right here. I'm gonna go over to those 2 cars and just try to pull these 4 10 millimeters and see if I could pry this stuff up like I did here without taking anything else loose? And if so, I may be able to take this top loose from that and get this top piece here to unlatch from that one down there. But like I said, even if you get this unlatched, man, I don't know if you could get all those screws out of there to take this loose unless this piece will let loose of that. Let's try to slide this over, see if this thing will come loose from this other piece. I'm here at this 99 S70. I pulled the 410 millimeters, pulled this cowl off. Now I'm gonna try to pry this up, see if it'll come up. Unclip this from there, see if this thing will come up out of here. It is coming up. So I'm gonna undo this to see if I could get it up a little higher, and then I'm going to separate the bottom of this to see if I could unlatch this without breaking it. So let me pull that 15 there, T15 there, and the two T15s under it, and this T15 here. As you can see, I was able to get this up, didn't even go inside. So I'm going to try to take this screw out here and the one on the other side out and see if I can separate this top piece, and if that'll let me unlatch this bottom piece from that top piece. I don't think that'll matter, because man, you got a heck of a lot of screws attached to these connectors in here. I don't know if getting this thing apart will matter. Pulled the screw one from the other, got this lower plastic piece off. I can pull that out and out of the way, but I still don't see how that's even gonna matter for me separating this. I don't see how to get that off of there. That separate the top from the bottom. This top piece up here from this piece here. I don't see how to unlatch that yet. So let me work on that. I pulled the relays off of the panel. Now I'm gonna try to slide this black collar thing down. Get this one out of the way. Of course, if you want some more slack, you may be able to unplug this big wire harness from in the dash somewhere, but I'm not gonna go through that. I'm gonna try to slide this black thing down, see if there's a way to separate this top piece from the bottom piece, if that matters. I'm not even 10 minutes in, I got this pushed down, this up and out. It looks like the way you separate this top from the bottom is get something thin, pry this up, and when you pry this up, you push this back, and that'll let this untooth that. So let me go see if I got something that's small. I put this down in here and tried to pry up on it enough so that thing could unlatch, and it just broke off on this side. But I'm banking that I could slide this piece forward now. Let's see how that works. I pried that piece up far enough. Now I'm hinging this thing forward to try to unlatch it. So let's see if I could get this bottom piece to unlatch from the top. It's going to take two hands, but I'm basically going to spin this piece and push it over that so it could come out of that tooth part there. So I have this basically like this, all of the sockets pointing the same direction. Now I'm going to try to slide it out of there with two hands, and that did work. I got the top loose from the bottom. Again, I don't know what good that does with all of these electrical connectors in there, but I do have most of the panel apart. So here you are. The under dash part is apart from the upper dash part. Now, I don't know if you could take those big connectors loose there and pull those wires up out of there. Even if you do, you got a lot of wires coming out of this engine harness, and out of that engine harness that's going into these fuse panels. So if you have a tool, special tool to release these from these pins and you mark them right, I guess you could take this thing apart and replace it. I don't see how this comes apart from this piece, but I'll mess with it a little bit more and see if that's an option. It doesn't look like it is to me. Well, that's as deep as I'm going to dive on this one here, so I hope this cures some of you guys' curiosity, and I really don't see a easy way to replace this part of the fuse panel if this stuff up here is breaking up on you. So hope that helped. Have a great day. Next, I'm getting the starter out of here. I took the 13 off the back of the starter, 2 wires. I pulled the green wire off of the sensing, took the bolt out there, broke these 2 14s loose. I need to pull those 2 14s and then just push the starter back and out. Go get it tested. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.